Hello together. So I'm gonna try something different again today. So I wanted to talk to you in general about plastic and plastic production, plastic production, pollution, and how much plastic is out there and things. So I found this website that I'm gonna show you. Let's see if we can get this done. Um, let's have a look. And so we're going to activate my view. Hello. So we've got this this window here, and I just wanted to show you a couple of graphs. So this is what we're going to end up with. And so unfortunately, I think you can't see my cursor, but so this is a page that's called Our World in Data, and it's about plastic pollution. And I found a couple of really interesting, nice graphs. And so this is the first one that is really interesting. And that is the global plastic production. So starts in 1950 here, and I guess that's when they basically started to record it. And obviously there wasn't that much plastic around in that time. 2 million tons is what they have in here for 1950. And then you can see, so this is the annual production of plastic globally, and you can see it's a pretty clear exponential growth rate here of how much plastic we produce every year. It's kind of crazy, right? So we get up to 400 million, even higher, 460 million tons per year in 2019. And so it's kind of scary how perfect that exponential curve is. And it doesn't seem to stop at all, right? And so it's pretty crazy, and you can play around with this graph a bit to see the curve a little bit better. And that's just if you just want to see how it was in the up to the 1990s or something. But it's a really nice visualization that they've done here at Our World in Data. So the other one. So this is the cumulative global production of plastics. So the first one was what we produce annually. And so obviously that went up exponentially. So that's every year we produce that and that much plastic. This is how much we have produced in total. So we look at another exponential curve, of course, because we every year produce more. But that's all plastic we produce, and that is over 9 billion tons. So it's 9.5 billion tons that we have produced. And you know what happens to plastic right after it's produced? It's gonna stick around unless it's burned away and basically becomes this toxic waste. It's gonna stay there, and it's in landfills, and it's in the ocean, and it's you know where it is. And it's kind of scary. 9.5 billion tons, and it's also exponentially growing. And you know where that curve goes, right? It's not going to stop at 9.5 billion tons. There has been some progress recently with bacteria that can attack plastic and basically make I don't know the word right now for it, but the bacteria that can eat up plastic and basically break it down, I guess. we need to be careful with, breaking plastic down or breaking plastic up. That's different things, right? So UV radiation, for example, breaks plastic up. It just makes it into smaller pieces, but it's still there. It takes like 500 years for plastic to actually degrade. And so that's a scary looking graph, and it's definitely going to go further up. So now, this is another interesting one, but we're not looking at that. So now we want to know what happened to the plastic. So we've produced. This is until 2015. So we've produced 8 point. You see on the bar on the left, that blue bar, 8.3 billion tons of plastic that is in total produced overall until 2015. So that's not until 2019, but until 2015, 8.3 billion tons produced. And you can see that most of it went to 4.6 billion tons went straight to landfill, hasn't been recycled or nothing else happened with it. And then a portion of it at the bottom, you can see that is still there. So it's 2.5 billion tons are still, you're probably holding some in your hand right now, or my glasses are made of that plastic that is still around. And some of it will last, stay in our use longer, and most of it won't, right? It'll eventually break or something, and then it's just going into the rubbish, or hopefully maybe it gets recycled. So you can imagine what that green means there, and you can read it. That's the recycled bit. And there's also quite a big portion that is incinerated. And incinerated means that it is actually burned. So I won't go in detail right now how well incinerated those 700 million tons of plastic are. Probably not that well in the past, getting better right now, but overall I'm not a fan of incinerating because it is still burning fossil resources, and it's burning resources that we get a bit of energy out of it, but that's what we get also if we burn fossil fuels, right? So we really don't want to do that. I'll probably make another video about only incineration and talk a bit more in depth about that, because people come up with arguments about why incineration is great, as opposed to put it into put the plastic and the rubbish into landfill. But it's better off in landfills. But I'm going to talk about that a bit more in another video. And but what we want to focus on here is that little bit that is in green. So and that's actually the plastic that has been recycled at least once. And then that little circle that is going down is actually that what is still in circulation right now. So it has been either recycled again, some of it, or as it's basically still in circulation after it's been recycled once. And so what I wanted to get there, what I wanted to say about that is that there's a lot of room for improvement. That it's only a fraction of all the plastics that we have produced, that is, all the plastic that is still around, that has been recycled. And I think we can really get that number up. We want to see more of that green, and I am very positive that we can actually do that, and that it makes sense. And the only big question is if it makes financial sense. But I think we're actually getting there, because there are more and more incentives to actually do that. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. I just wanted to show you these graphs and just to, yeah, for everyone to get a bit of an idea about that. I read these things and it's really interesting. And but yeah, sometimes I wonder, do other people read this as well, or is that something we should maybe talk about? And I thought that was probably a good thing. So yeah, now you know how much plastic is still around, like around, quite a bit, 8 billion, at least 8 billion tons, and that is quite a number. And yeah, and as you see, it's not changing anytime soon, the amount of plastic that we're producing, unless we start recycling more and be really aware of that we use less plastic. But it's that curve is not gonna flatten anytime soon. So we really need to think about what we do with the plastic that is already there. First, we need to reduce our plastic consumption, and then we need to reuse things, of course, and then we need to recycle that as well. And that's what I am really really for here. And yeah, so I hope that was interesting for you guys. And yeah, if you have a look at, just search for Our World in Data plastic pollution, and you'll find this page that has a ton more data and a ton more information. It's really, really interesting, really nice how they show that. So yeah, thanks for watching for now, and we'll talk about all the other interesting hot topics as well in the future. And yeah, tell me if you like this, and yeah, cool. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.